Hello and welcome back to Bosko's Toy Box, where I'm back with more toy collectibles. And this time it is to show you Toy Major's Tomb Warrior Castle playset. And I got this off of Amazon for like $19.99. And the price has been going up just a little bit to like $23.99 within the last few weeks. And then I've seen it go back down to $19.99 within this last week. So hopefully if you do want this, you can get it at $19.99 or actually even cheaper. But the castle itself comes in 7 different parts, which we'll take a look at later. And for right now, we're going to take a look at the 8 figures and the dragon. So up first, we're going to take a look at the 2 skeleton horses. Okay. And if we can get just a little closer look, where we're going to, there we go. So in focus, there we go. These are made of a very lightweight plastic, and but they do stand on their own really good. So even though they're made of a lightweight material, they do stand really good on their own. And they are they have this paint scheme of like a almost like they're dirty or dusty, or they got dirt on them. So very rustic almost. And as you can see, you do have some detailing in the saddle and the coat material that goes over this horse skeleton. So you see some emblems there, and you can see some kind of like rust, dirt, paint job on it. I'll show you the other side. And you can get like a really good look at the skeleton head there. So that is a very cool figure. And then the second one that you get of this skeleton horse, they do have a slight difference to them, even though that they look like they have the same kind of pose. They have different emblems on their sides. If you can see how different that the emblems are. And then like even the paint, where the rust and the dirt kind of goes, they have them placed in different areas of the figures. So these are actually very cool. They're different because I haven't really seen in play sets like the medieval or the fantasy play sets. I haven't seen skeleton horses yet. So this is actually a very cool addition to have to like your little minifigure collection, your fantasy line collection. And so this is very cool. And I know that like Count Stankus would be like probably his favorite thing in this playset are these skeleton horses. And which he said that he's going to get this playset as well. Actually, I think he said it that he already has it on order. Then with the because since you get 8 figures, the 2 are the horses, and then the rest of the 6 are skeleton warriors, and they're all different. You do not get any duplicates in this set. And let's get a focus again. Okay, so first of all, with this skeleton warrior, which it doesn't want to focus that well. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna get that out of the way. So you get a skeleton with a mace, and again, like the horses, you get this rusty, dirty look to the figures, which it really makes the figures look really cool, and something that's really going to make them stand out, like when I do them with the toy photography. But I love the look of these figures because, like all around, it just looks like that they just came from the ground, or they just been sitting around for a while, which really is just a really cool look to them. So you get a skeleton with a mace, and this next warrior here is a skeleton with a staff, or a spear I should say, and a shield. And they all look different too, because some of them have like an emblem or armor on, and then some of them have their skeleton bones exposed. And then I'll show you the back of the shield, which is really cool. So there is some good detailing to these figures. And I'll even show you the bottom of the base too. Okay, so very cool. And then next we've got a skeleton with a sword and shield, and he's got a helmet on, which is very cool. I'll show you the back. And there's like a weather, that's the other word that I was looking for, the weathered look to a lot of these figures and their weapons and just everything. It has a very cool look to them. And again, very lightweight, but still very cool. Then you get almost like a Prince of Persia type of figure almost. So he's got a lot of armor on, it looks like. I can't even tell what's supposed to be in his hand on this hand right here. He's got something in his hand. Very hard to tell, but still very cool. Okay, and then you get a skeleton warrior with 2 axes in his hand. And you can see how he's got a helmet and almost like these goggles on. So very cool. And then you get an archer. There you go. You can see the back of him. See the back of his quiver. He's got like an emblem on his quiver. So very cool. And then what I want to do, if I can lower the camera, I want to show you kind of how they stack up against other fantasy figures that you might have. So what I'm going to show you is this True Legends line that I have. So when you want to mix and match, and then let's see if we can get, there you go. So that's how they measure up to other like little Army Man fantasy figures. So it's very cool. And let me get another one. Actually, here, let me get a archer from the True Legends. And if you can get a good sense of, there we go. So you do get them, they're almost about the same size, basically. So it's very cool. So if you're doing a lot of mixing and matching with fantasy play sets, they look very cool together. So that I do like. I do like, and especially when I'm going to do my toy photography with the mixing and matching, they're going to look very cool together. Okay, so next I'm going to show you the dragon that came with this playset. And again, this is pretty much a lightweight plastic. That's the dinosaur. Hollow, not solid, but still very cool. The paint scheme is very cool. And let's see if we can give you a closer look of it in focus with the head. So you can see the detailing with the scales. You can get different color tones, different greens. So it's not all one color. You're going to get a lot of, it has a very nice look to it. And then the wings are a different color than the body. And what I had showed on a recent thrift store pickup was I got another Toy Major dragon. So this is another dragon from the Toy Major line. So it's just to show you how they measure up together, side by side, or what it looks like with them, like if they were to battle it out. So a pretty good look right there. So very awesome dragons, but this one right here is the one that comes with the play set. So it has a very good look up against the castle play set itself. So very cool. It's a very cool thing to give you a dragon and then some action figures, and whatnot. So next up, I'm going to show you the castle now. And actually what I'm going to show you first is it gives you 2 firing projectile cannons. And then I'll show you the projectile. So it's supposed to be a fireball. Okay. And then this is the cannon with the button on the top. Okay. And the the cannon does move up and down. And to show you, because I have one in place already, and I'm just going to have to move my camera up. So right there, the cannon can pivot left and right, and then it can move up and down. Okay. And then you get one cannon. Let me set the camera down. You get one cannon for each castle tower, and they are removable because you can fit figures at the top of the castle towers. But the only thing is that you cannot fit a figure and the cannon at the same time. There's just no room. So that's a bit of a drawback. That was actually a little bit of a disappointment. And it's actually just to show you with the cannon in place, there's just no there's just no room for the figures to stand. Okay, so when the castle does come shipped to you, this demon little decoration does come unattached. You have to attach them to each tower, and then the towers do come unattached, which you have to snap into place. And let's see if I can do a back out shot here just to show you. So the castle itself, you can see, has a gate with a very cool like a grayish skeleton that's on the face of the gate, and the gate does lower and raise, but you have to do it on it. There's no crank or there's no button. You have just to raise and lower it itself, but it does have these notches to where you can keep the gate open like that if you want to get figures through or whatnot. So I think there might be a couple of notches so you can have it open at different areas of the gate. Okay, and then to show you just a little bit of the cool decorations that are on, or decorations, you know, the detailing of the castle, is if you can see that, and I'm going to lower it just a little bit more, so I'm going to push in a little bit more so you can see it. So you get like this very cool demon detailing on the side of the castle, and then, which is red, of course, as you can see, and then the castle walls are black. And it's all one black. They're not. It's not two-tone like the dragon with the different greens. It's just all black. So you do get 2 demon decorations on the side of the castle. And then along, as you can see, the whole top of the castle gets these teeth that are all along the top of the tower and the top of the castle. And then the castle itself, not so much for storage sake, but just as far as if you're wanting to, the playability wise, if you want to maneuver the castle walls, as you can see, I got one that's out and I got one that's in. It doesn't go all the way in like this. It just kind of basically stops like at a U shape basically. And actually where I have the castle wall here is where it basically stops. But if you wanted to have a castle that's shaped in like an S shaped almost, so that's the playability that you're going to get out of this castle as far as maneuvering the castle. Now it does look like, as you can see here, these are the attach where you click on, because these are on both sides of the castle tower, and that's how it attaches to the main part of the castle. But I'm not sure if there's other play sets to where you can click on more castle walls, which I was probably going to look into, because I think that'd be cool to have an extended castle. So the firing of the cannon, which, let's see if I can get this off, and with the button at the top, I'll show you how the power of the projectile. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, so right now it's not clicking for some reason. Okay, so let me click it back in, see if that works. There we go. So hopefully, I don't know if you saw that or not, but they don't fire hard, so in case if kids are going to get their hands on this, it's not going to fire that hard. Like some projectiles can fire pretty hard. And it's a cool playset, and I know that when I mentioned before that Count Stankus has already got this on order, so he'll probably be doing his own little review of this castle playset. But I think for $19.99, I think it's a pretty awesome castle playset, and even just for the figures alone, because even though the figures are of a lightweight material, they are still pretty cool to get in your little fantasy collection or your minifigure collection. So keep an eye out for this on Amazon, and maybe what I'll do is I'll even provide a link so you can have easy access. If you're wanting to order this right away, then I'll just put a link at the bottom of the in the description area. So comment below on what you thought of this playset. And just would love to hear your comments. Like, subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, this is Bosko signing off.